American Pacific. So we spent the past, let's call it 18 months, transacting in American Pacific and getting to the point where it is today. So closing today, we've got roughly a $48 million market cap. We've got $8 million in cash, another $4 million of cash that is in escrow. We have over $20 million worth of equities within the company, and another $20 million of potential bonus payments to come in. So to Chen's point, the cash and equities cover almost the entire market cap of the company. Mike Gentile is the major shareholder, owns about 8.5% of the company. The equity book, about $19 million worth of Vizsla Copper. We sold them the Palmer project. And then ICG, silver and gold, we sold them Tuscarora. So those are two transactions that we've done this year. I would endeavor to say there's likely 3 more transactions coming. My stated goal is to have that equity book worth over $50 million. The Madison project. This is the main asset in the company. In 2021, the Wall Street Journal Mining Index ranked us the #1 performing gold stock globally. Market cap went up almost 900% that year. And that was based off of owning 30% of this project. We now own 100% of it. What you're looking at there is the Madison portal. You're going to come up to surface here. You can see there's power to site. You can see the power lines there. Off to the right, you can see our core sheds. That house there is the office that we use. It's got internet and everything that you need there. Then we're going to spin around and you'll see over top of the Broadway mine. This is the Broadway mine. So Broadway mine from the late 1800s to early 1940s produced 144,000 ounces of gold in oxide near surface at an average of 9.9 grams gold. So incredibly high grade oxides. The Madison pit that you saw the entrance there, in 2008 produced 2.6 million pounds of copper, between 20 and 35% copper. So just incredible grades. I won't, in the interest of time, I'll push through some of this. This project has always given us spectacular grades when we've gone out with a drill. As Chen referenced, we have a 30-meter intercept of over just about 25 grams gold, 61 meters of almost 7% copper. Certainly the type of drill results that can excite the market. Last year, there was a small program that was done, and we're the first company to connect the Madison and Broadway mines together. Now, with all the capital that we have, both in cash and in equities, we're going to attack Madison aggressively. Starting at the end of this month, there will be a 15,000 meter program, 5,000 meters drilling for the porphyry, 10,000 meters drilling for new skarn targets. Let's see if I can get this laser to work. Yeah, perfect. The dotted hash mark is Madison Broadway, that video that I showed you. 95% of the drilling has been done there. You can see the grades that are around and these 5 additional drill targets. So 10,000 meters is going to go into those to show that there are other Madison Broadways on the project. This is 4 kilometers by 2 kilometers, so it's a good size project. The drilling that we're doing for the porphyry, we've spent 18 months getting ready for this, doing geophysics, the first geochemical 3D survey, a potassium survey. We're just finished up MT. We're just finishing up LiDAR, so we're fully ready to go. The target that we're looking at here is analogous to something like the Fortitude deposit, which started at a couple 100,000 ounces at surface, vectored into a 2.5 million ounce skarn, and then goes down to a very large porphyry below. The same is true for Hercules. Hercules had 300 drill holes into it and about a $30 million market cap. That one deep hole that they drilled turned into a $300 million market cap and had Barrick become a big investor. Those are the drill shots that we are taking now. You can see here, what we're going to be able to do is actually drill through Madison Broadway, where we've been given all the high grades previously. And that's only been drilled down to about 300 meters, nothing below that. These are going to be 1,000-meter holes, and there will be 3 of them. And they start at the end of this month. So that is a big driver for the company going forward. And again, you've got a market cap of $48 million with over $32 million between cash and equities. Now, I mentioned we had 3 other projects that we're looking to sell. This one is called Red Hill. This is on the Cortez trend. I'm starting to get pressure to actually drill this one ourselves, but that's a conversation for the board to have. This was drilled in 2006 by Barrick. They left behind a 100+ meter gram hole in Nevada at about 650 meters, because at that time that was deep. Now you've got things like 4 Mile, where they're finding over 15 million ounces significantly deeper. And this was never drilled down to the right depth into the right rocks. So this is a very compelling asset for us as well. Let me talk briefly about the equities that we own, so those that our shareholders understand what we have. Vizsla Copper, we sold them the Palmer deposit up in Alaska. They've subsequently raised $44 million in cash. They're spending aggressively at their BC project presently, spending $11 million drilling there, getting some excellent drill results. And they're going to spend, I believe it's $19 million this summer at Palmer, advancing that 16.7 million ton VMS. So great team. Craig Perry and Mike Connor have done an excellent job. They've taken 3 companies over $2 billion. We hope they'll do the same thing here. ICG is the second. This is the Tuscarora asset that we sold them and took equity back. We spun off some of that equity to shareholders, so shareholders could play alongside. But then we've kept 4 million shares ourselves, which is worth a little over $2 million today. That team is run by Steven Serboven, as a colleague of mine that worked at Echelon for a long time, raised over $100 million for the files in our office, and then backed by Jeff Swinoga, former director of finance of Barrick as well. So we've made sure when we're transacting that we're transacting with teams that can excel and move these assets forward. My partners on this, Jonas Lang, formerly Maple Gold. Al Nesh is our CFO. Most importantly, Eric Saderholm, former head of exploration in the Western US for Newmont. Has really been our strategic advantage down in Nevada. Ken Cunningham's our independent director, elder statesman on the board and someone that helps us tremendously. Geologist based out of Reno, used to run Miranda Gold for us. And then Ali Hakimzadeh, who's been my partner on the venture capital side for some time. Notable things that have happened to the company. I mentioned the #1 performing gold stock in 2021. Credit to Chen. He was the first one to cover us in 2019, so his subscribers took part in that. We've been nominated for Rising Star Company Deal of the Year twice, nominated by Minds of Money for Collaboration of the Year. So we've had some good press along the way. So $48 million market cap, $32 million in cash and equities, and drilling for a significant porphyry within the US. I thank you very much, and please come by and say hello.